site got 2,200 hits within 2 hours?
22,000.
Well, I don't have a Facebook page, but I started one in my research for this movie, and I realized immediately why it's so addictive, because I got emails from people I haven't spoken to in years, that had found me, in the matter of days. So I understand why it's addictive. My mother, who's 56, just found her camp friend from when she was 10. So I can understand, why people are on it every day.
I don't have a personal. I don't use the internet socially. Yeah, I just don't have time as well.
I think I've come up with something.
That looks good. That looks really good.
It's going to be online any second. I don't have any kind of need to have an outlet to discuss myself any more than I already do, being in movies and doing interviews. I acknowledge why Facebook is such a phenomenon, and it confirmed for me why it's so incredible. I mean, Mark Zuckerberg at Harvard really figured out exactly what was missing online, what people wanted. They wanted to connect with their friends online. They wanted to look at pictures of their friends online. These very seemingly simple things, he figured out how to kind of synthesize and make into this incredible website. And that's the, kind of first part of the movie is the building of Facebook and how exciting that was. People want to go on the internet and check out their friends, so why not build a website that offers that: friends, pictures, profiles. It's hard to say, and it's hard to kind of blame the medium, for a lack of personal connection, because you could have said the same thing about the phone, though, when the phone was invented. How could you, be in separate rooms, and, that's not a real connection if you're in separate rooms. And I'm sure there'll be something that's even less personal than the internet that people are, criticizing. As I said, my mother found her camp friend, and now she has a personal connection with her through Facebook. It's stuff like that that makes Facebook really valuable.
I think it's a wonderful invention, and I admire it greatly. I think it's created by a true visionary, But I mean, in terms of the film, I think Facebook is just the backdrop to this story. Like, I think the real story lies in the interactions between these young guys and their opposing needs, and the tension and drama that creates. And the script that Aaron wrote is full of that. It's very rich and interwoven and powerful. It's one of those stories that's been crafted to encapsulate many themes. It's almost Greek in its scope and Shakespearean in its scope. It feels like it deals with power, with greed, with betrayal, all these universal human experiences and feelings that we all go through. And I think a great film can do that.
The message of the movie is that every story is very complicated. The story is really these three perspectives on this one complicated event, which is the creation of Facebook. There's the perspective of my character, Mark Zuckerberg, who insists that he created it by himself. There is the perspective of Eduardo Saverin, his friend, who gave him $2,000 and then was squeezed out of the company. And then there's the perspective of these identical twin brothers who claim that Zuckerberg stole the idea from them. And so I think the message of the movie, if there is one, is that the story is very complicated, because the movie doesn't provide any answers about who is right. It merely, not merely, but it shows you kind of the story and lets you decide.
The beauty of this film too, how complicated it is. I mean, that's sort of the beauty of this film as well. I think that there's a lot of themes that are explored throughout this movie, but I think this movie is a coming of age tale, and it's told from three different points of view. I think that's what Fincher was able to capture, is sort of, you don't get to really, it's not laid out for you who the protagonist and the antagonists are. That when you walk away, you might take something different from it, that I might take something, he might take something completely different from it. It's because there's so many themes explored in the film.
This idea is potentially worth millions of dollars.
Millions?
We stole our website.
They're saying we stole the Facebook.
I know what it says.
So did we?
What I hope is that in the next phase of this social networking revolution is that, well, you look at Match.com, that's kind of an incredible tool that's created love and marriages across the globe in a much, in a very quick and accessible fashion. Marriages that last. Like, I have people who are still married from it. I think that's such a beautiful, beautiful thing that these two people from across the world may never have met before. I think that's stunning. And I think that's where it's going. I think the next phase is getting us back to touching each other in a friendly manner. And
this kind of the irony of the movie is that the thing that connected everybody in the world, even despite your implication that it's not necessarily the most personal connection, tore these two best friends apart who started the website in their dorm room at Harvard, and that's really the kind of the drama of the movie.